Happy 4th of July! This is That 1870s Homestead. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Todd.
And today we're super excited to be here to share this video as part of the Frugal Family Food Summer Challenge. It's about picnics, barbecues, whatever you like to do during the summer. A lot of great channels have been participating through June and July. And we get to participate this week. So we wanted to share with you what we're making. First I want to share with you who invited us to this awesome challenge. That's Amanda over at Fundamental Home and Tangi at Freedom Homestead. They started the whole Frugal Family Food community, Frugal Family Life, Frugal Family Christmas, lots of fun things, lots of pages on Facebook. We're going to definitely link to their channels, the Frugal Family information down in the description below. So make sure after this video you go check them out. What are we making?
Chicken.
Yes.
Barbecue smoked chicken.
Oh, my favorite thing to eat during the summer. We're also taking advantage of having the smoker going, and we're going to throw in some grilled veggie packets with some zucchini, squash, and broccoli. And I made a cherry cobbler from fresh picked cherries from our property. Oh, and deviled eggs, because what are you going to do with all those eggs?
And you're going to get thirsty?
Oh, I'm probably going to get thirsty. So it's been so hot here. I know you guys have been hot everywhere you are. So I do this every day. When I'm running out to work, I'll throw some tea and throw it out on the porch and let it make sun tea while I'm gone at work. So I did that today. Threw some tea out there, and now I've got some sun tea brewing. And we're going to eat, and It's going to be good. So we're going to show you a little bit of the recipes, not very detailed. We'll get into the descriptions, or the recipes actually in the descriptions for you. So come along. Wish there was smell-o-vision for you. Sorry.
Oh, summer. It sounds good right now after what we just experienced, doesn't it? Grilling out, lawns being mowed, and pools opening. These are some of the things we expect with summer.
Smoked barbecue chicken. If you've never smoked anything before, it's really not that hard. Don't be intimidated by it. I picked up this Masterbuilt smoker a couple years ago. I think I got it at Cabela's on sale for like $99. It's electric. You plug it in, you throw in some wood chips, you set your time, you set your temperature, you throw your meat in there. It's really all there is to it. It's really not that bad. Load the wood chips. You pull this little tray out, fill this with some wood chips, insert it, turn it to the side. That dumps the chips down onto the heating element, creates smoke, flavors your food. Our chicken that we're cooking today is about 7 pounds. It's a 7-pound bird that we raised ourselves here on our homestead last year in our chicken tractor. So it's primarily pasture raised. We do supplement with food because there's only so much grass that they can eat. But we know what we fed it throughout its entire life, from the day we got it till the day it ended up in our freezer. How long are we gonna smoke them for? That depends. If you Google and look up online and say, hey, how long does it take to smoke a chicken? You're gonna get an answer anywhere between 4 hours to 6 hours. It all depends on the smoker you're using. Is it calibrated right? Are you using propane? Are you using charcoal? Are you using sticks? What are you using? So your temperature's not is gonna be as consistent as you might get from your oven in your house, where you know it's pretty darn accurate. So how do you know when it's done? Meat thermometer. It's really the only way, and that's you check the internal temperature of your meat, whether you're cooking chicken, pork, ribs, pork butts, turkeys. That's the best way to do it. So enough on the smoker. Let's go get our chicken ready. We'll get it seasoned up. We're gonna throw right here on this top rack, and we'll let it smoke for probably 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. We'll check the temp along the way and make sure we're within proper range. We spent some time in the house. We got our bird unbagged, washed them all up, make sure he was nice and clean. We did not dry them off completely. Still a little moisture on them, but we want to leave some moisture there so that the seasoning has something to stick to. So I'll pull you guys in close, tell you about the rub that I'm going to put on this chicken, and we'll get her smoking. Alright, so here's our bird. You can tell when we butchered him, it was our first time. We did damage some of the skin in the process, but it's all part of the learning process, right? The rub that I use, so normally when you hear people talking about smoking meat, they don't necessarily always talk about seasoning it, they talk about rubbing it. Because you don't just sprinkle on a little bit of meat, you really rub the seasoning into the meat in every little crack crevice that you can get to. And I've tried a bunch of times to make my own. It's really not that hard to make your own rub. Typically things like chili powder, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, different things. I ended up switching from my homemade stuff to this Byron's butt rub. I picked this up on Amazon. I'll throw a link down in the description for you guys of where I get it. It's a pretty good all around. It works well for chicken, it works well for pork, works well for beef as well. It's a little bit spicy. If you just take your finger and stick it in there and taste it, it's going to be like, wow, that's hot. Once you get it on your meat, you get it rubbed in, you get it smoked for 3-4 hours. It's really not all that spicy, but it's still enough to give it a little kick. So for the process here, like I said, coat them up really good. Get some of that rub in every little spot where you can get it. Get it on the inside. You got tears in your skin. I really like doing this with 2 people instead of 1. I have one person shake the seasoning for me while I do it, because then you can use 2 hands without getting your jar all covered with chicken goo. But this works. Rachel's in the house making some of our other ingredients for today. So we'll call this good. Pretty well encoded. So all that's left was to throw this girl in the smoker. Come back in 5 hours or so, maybe check the temp, see how it's doing. Like I did mention earlier, I do about every 45 minutes or so, I'll throw some more wood chips in there just to keep a good steady roll of smoke going throughout the process.
Okay, so to go with our chicken, we are making some grilled veggie foil packs. We have, so my garden's not producing my zucchini, and I'm not growing squash. I probably could have gone out and pulled some potatoes, but they're not quite ready. So what we did was we just ran up to our farmer's market. It's on Tuesdays and Saturdays. So we ran up to our farmer's market yesterday. One of the vendors there was having a special 3 vegetables for $2. So I got 2 heads of broccoli, 2 zucchini, and 2 yellow crookneck squash. I guess they're not crookneck, just yellow squash. So we're going to cut those up, throw them in the veggies. The recipe calls for half stick of butter, 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. Ran out to the herb garden and grabbed some basil, my oregano, mix all that in with some salt and pepper, and then garnish it with parsley when you're done. So that is our plan. Todd had, I think the recipe says that you would grill it on your grill, but he's just going to throw it in the smoker with the chicken for like the last, what, half hour or so?
Yeah, probably. The chicken has maybe a half an hour left or so, so we'll probably toss it in there pretty soon. One of the things about when you're smoking meat is you can definitely undercook your meat, but you really have to try really hard to overcook it.
Yeah, that's true. How's it, did you check on it? How was the skin looking?
Good. Just how you like it.
I tell you guys, I love smoked chicken. It is my all-time favorite summer barbecue recipe. And this recipe did call for dried herbs, so when I link it in the description below, I'm just using fresh herbs because I have it. And I didn't have to go buy anything, right? That's the whole point of this, being frugal.
I don't know if you want to use.
Oh.
You can probably save that one.
Okay.
This is a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. Okay, price just went down on this meal. Think I should throw some olive oil in there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm mocking with the recipe. I'm going to throw a little bit of olive oil in it. Oh, and it did call for red pepper flakes. That would be good. So another thing I'm growing in the garden this year is some chilies. I've never grown chilies before, and we love red pepper flakes, so my hope is that I'll be able to dry some. Good for the chickens.
Chickens, pigs.
That's it. We'll see you at dinner time.
Yep, so we're just gonna roll this little guy up, make a little packet out of it, stick it in the smoker with the chicken, and let it cook. Hey, here for a quick update on our chickens. Or chicken. I think temperature wise we're getting close. We're almost to the 160 range, but this is what she looks like. Doing good.
Hi guys. So I wanted to show you making my cherry cobbler. Might have said I was making a cherry pie, changed my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and make a cobbler just because it's easier. But look at that. So I went out probably last week and harvested a whole bunch of cherries from our cherry tree, and my mother-in-law gave me this brilliant idea of just freezing my cherry pie filling in the shape of my pie pan. So that's what I did, knowing I was going to be doing this collab, and I had planned on making a pie or something. So it's defrosted, and I'm going to put the recipe, of course, in the link. This is just, I think, yeah, Better Homes and Gardens recipe. I'm not one of those people that can cook without a recipe. So we have flour, sugar, baking powder, some butter already all crumbled up, and I have 1 egg and some milk beaten up, and I'm going to make some little cobbler dough balls, throw it on top and cook it. So I think we have an hour still till the chicken's ready outside. But funny story about the cherry tree. The first year, so last year when we were here and we noticed that we had cherries, I was out harvesting them. And my neighbor came outside and he said, "What are you doing? What is that?" And they have lived here for quite a while. And the cherry tree's like right outside their back deck. I said, "I'm picking cherries." He's like, "Oh, I never knew that was there." I just thought it was funny, like when you're really interested about where your food comes from and being frugal and preserving as much and foraging for your foods, how much you notice versus people that, you know, that's not something that's a topic of their everyday thoughts, that so they don't notice just right outside their back door they have this huge cherry tree. So that was quick and easy. Oh, I forgot to mention this has cinnamon in it too. It smells amazing. I wonder when they're going to come out with smell-o-vision. Don't know. Then you just make little balls and just set it around on your cobbler or on your pie filling. And then we're gonna cook it, and I bought some vanilla ice cream to go with it too, so that's gonna be yummy. Okay guys, I'll show you when it's done. We're back and dinner is ready. So we just wanted to go over one more time what we made. I got my deviled eggs, which are basically free. I just go in my backyard and get them, right? Well, I have to feed the chickens, so.
Right.
Probably not exactly free, but it sure feels free when you can just go get your food from your backyard. Our vegetable medley that we did in the foil packs, we did buy those at the farmer's market, but they look yummy. Your chicken?
Chicken looks like it turned out great. It ended up taking about 5.5 hours to get up to temp. And looks good.
I can't wait to cut into it. Looks like that rub is yummy. Oh, and the cobbler is ready for some ice cream. And I told you guys I was making sun tea, and our sun teas are ready. So that's basically a typical summer barbecue for us. So I just want to say thank you so much to Amanda over at the Fundamental Home and Tangi at Freedom Homestead. What an awesome collaboration. Thanks for inviting us. If you guys want more information about Frugal Family Food challenges or the collabs that have been going on, we're going to link to both Amanda and Tangi's playlist in the description. And you can binge watch all day a massive amount of budget tips, food saving ideas, how to feed a large family, how to feed a small family, all kinds of great recipes out there. We actually watched some while we were...
Yeah, while the food was cooking, we went and sat down for a little bit and watched some really good content.
And I think it's every Friday. I don't know if it's always every Friday, but this specific collaboration is every Friday. There's a new video coming out. And who's next week?
Celtic Lassie.
So go check out Celtic Lassie's YouTube channel next Friday. She's going to put out her summer themed Frugal Family Food Challenge video.
You said that well.
Yeah, I practiced a lot. All right, guys, thank you so much. I want to eat now.
Yep, and if you're new to our channel and you like what you see today, click that subscribe button, join us.
Oh, we'd love to have you here. Thanks, guys.